abundance. There is only abundance. Love keeps providing. 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 There is only abundance. Only abundance. There is only abundance. Only abundance. Only abundance. There is only abundance. Love keeps providing. Love keeps providing. All that I need is already here. Love keeps providing. Love keeps providing. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Missing, nothing broken. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Love keeps providing. Only abundance. Only abundance. There is only abundance. Only abundance. Only abundance. There is only abundance. All I need is already here. There is only abundance. Nothing missing, nothing broken. There is only abundance. Love keeps providing. There is only abundance. All that I need is already. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Love keeps providing. There is only abundance. Only abundance.
Peace and blessings, one and all. Welcome back to another edition of Affirmations in Action. I'm Dr. Flo, your coach, mentor, and guide through the topsy-turvy seas of life. Weathering the storms not above you, not beneath you, but with you. Why do I do it? Why do I persist? Why do we persist? Why do we stubbornly move forward with our dreams and aspirations and our hopes? We do it because we are loved and lovable. We've always been loved and lovable, and we're going to be loved and lovable for the rest of our lives. And For reasons known to us and reasons unknown to us, love keeps providing. If you enjoyed that song, that's from our forthcoming show, Dr. Flo and the Love Experience. There's only abundance. Tara said it so many times around us and around me that I had to turn it into a song. And so if you're interested in listening to that track when we're not around each other, you can go to lovedandlovable.bio.link, 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 and check out all 40 of the tracks that are coming through me into the planet right now for a love revival. And a love revival is trying to break out of the hearts and the bodies and the spirits of all of us, and we are the only ones standing in its way. Abundance is trying to come through all of us, and we're the only ones talking about bank accounts and what we don't have. But tonight's conversation is all about clarity over urgency. This week's theme is about clarity over urgency. It's day 3 of the week. Tuesday is all about solar plexus chakra work. What are you doing? How do you feel in what you're doing? Does your doing make you feel good about your flow? Is what you're doing making you tired or worn out? Are you doing that thing that I do of catastrophizing or overthinking yourself out of being joyful in the present moment? If you're like me, could you both simultaneously stand to do more and do less in certain areas of your life? Are you doing the most? And how are you moving towards having clarity over urgency in your life? Today's daily truth is that a clear life is built by prioritizing the vital few. We think that we want hundreds of thousands of followers. We think that we want a lot of people paying attention to us. Thousands of people pay attention to me every month, and it's not all it's cracked up to be all the time, because sometimes the people who are paying attention to you are not engaging love. They're not engaging the increase. They're not engaging necessarily the positive messages that you may want to be having. But a clear life is built by prioritizing the vital few. That handful of people who are interested in talking about the things that make you come alive, and those who want to encourage you to have a brighter day today than what you had yesterday. Making those people, making those thoughts of positivity the priority is one of the many recipes for a clear life. Today's affirmation to carry with you, or the chief affirmation, is I focus on what truly matters. I focus on what truly matters. And in the spirit of our conversation over on TikTok earlier, I focus on who truly matters. You may want to love everybody and extend love to everyone and be an encouragement to everyone, Dr. Flo, but You can't make them the center of your attention. It reminds me of my mom when she used to say, "You gonna follow them off a cliff? If your friends jump off a cliff, you gonna follow them off the cliff?" Essentially, you're gonna focus on people jumping into chaos and confusion and being disturbed in their minds and their bodies and their spirit. You're gonna follow them. You're gonna follow them. The peanut gallery. Oh no. I focus on what truly matters. I focus on what truly matters. Today's reflection prompt is a question you can ask yourself. What deserves my excellence right now? And what does not? What deserves my excellence right now? And what does not? Again, who deserves my excellence right now? Who does not? And not being afraid of removing your ashe and your attention from people even closest to you who don't believe they're deserving of it anyway. So why waste it there? And there are billions of people on the planet who are looking for you and what you bring. They want to laugh with you. They want to joke with you. They want to encourage you. They want to gift you. They want to bless you. They want to uplift you. Focus on giving them your excellence and being of service to them. There's a wonderful thing that's happened in the last 3 weeks. I relaunched for like the 500th time the Adopt a Black Artist program from Love and Action Network. And after finally focusing on the right kind of creative and the artist that deserves my excellence, I'm having the best work days of my life. I'm having the most encouraging 9 to 5 days of my entire existence because I've decided and I've screened and interviewed and been selective about who gets my excellence. I'm no longer going out onto Clubhouse or into the internet randomly and just trying to match with random people or see who straggles in and just say, "Oh, you're here. I guess you deserve my excellence. Let's go and see what happens." No, you're allowed to vet the people in your life to see whether or not they are deserving of your excellence. You're allowed to say, this person, everyone can get your love if you're like that. I'm not an unconditional love kind of person. I teach and I preach conditional love. I'm very conditional in my love. But if you're a person who wants to give love to everybody, give them all love. Do they deserve your excellence, though? Do they deserve your time, talent, and your treasure? The question is, what deserves my excellence right now, and what does not? The Love and Action step today is, or our piece of advice that we try to give, you can take it or leave it. Remove one commitment that dilutes your focus. Remove one commitment that dilutes your focus. What's something that you're committing to in your life that's distracting your focus away from what would make you happy, healthy, and free? Get rid of it. You might be lighter on the other side of the removal process. Take a few deep breaths with me, if you will. Once again, this week's theme is clarity over urgency. Tara, I've never felt more relaxed and calm as it relates to the work that I'm doing and my positioning in the universe. I've never felt more, she loves this word, aligned. I've never felt more in alignment with who I'm doing and who I'm screwing and who I'm serving in my entire life. Love is here, inside. Love is here, inside. Love is here, inside. Love is here, inside. And as I've said before to all of you, I used to be a person who would perform and pretend that I was at peace when I wasn't. Was I at peace last night when my husband came home and told me that the check engine light was on? No. I was hungry and punchy and irritable, and Tara was in the room and Poppy was in the room, and I was just agitated as hell. And there was a time in my life where I would have been agitated as hell and then gotten on the live stream and performed peace for you guys. I've performed peace for decades. There is a new space that I'm allowing in my life where I'm not on camera and having something else happening internally. I'm finally arriving to the peace that I talk about. I'm arriving into the alignment that I talk about. And I know this is going to sound super simplistic and super like, okay. The difference between me having the peace and alignment now and not having it in the past is that I'm finally allowing it. Esther Hicks wrote a book about the art of allowing. A lot of us don't have love or peace or clarity in our lives because we refuse to allow it and to let it in. I was telling them today over at the apartment office where I go and hang out because I work from home. So, I don't have any coworkers. So I'll just like stroll out over to the leasing office at the apartment complex and just chat and gossip with the girls. And I was telling them for years, I didn't believe I was worthy of romantic love and of romantic partnership. But those of us who are in romantic, loving relationships and partnerships know that the only difference between having romantic love and not having romantic love is that we have allowed it. We have permitted ourselves to fall in love with someone. We permitted ourselves to be vulnerable to that person. We permitted ourselves to be in sacral exchange with these people and beyond. It's all permissive. It's all allowing. In the same way that I stopped being a hoe, as I told them today, in the same way that I stopped being a hoe, and shout out to all the hoes, you're loved and lovable too, and came into harmony with being in a committed relationship, you can come into that same relationship and commitment with the peace of your heart, with the abundance that's floating out in the world, with this idea that something wonderful is going to happen to you today, and then receive it. Anyway, let's do these affirmations so that I can go and work these emails. I acknowledge what truly mattered today. I acknowledge what truly mattered today. Focus multiplied my effectiveness. Focus multiplied my effectiveness. I release trivial concerns. I release trivial concerns. My priorities are sharpening. My priorities are sharpening. I am becoming strategically selective. I am becoming strategically selective. I did not have to do everything. I did not have to do everything. My energy was invested wisely. My energy was invested wisely. This one's for Tara. I trust what was left undone. I trust what was left undone. Clarity simplified my choices. Clarity simplified my choices. I celebrate meaningful progress. I celebrate meaningful progress. I am less available for distraction. I am less available for distraction. This one brings up for me the fact that there are positive, negative, and neutral distractions. I will sometimes do positive things that I love doing, and while no one can say that I was damaging myself or harming myself, it's still a distraction. Doing things that bring you joy, but are still a distraction to what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, is still that. It's still a distraction. People are one of my biggest distractions. And while my work is in people, I cannot give all of my time to everyone all the time. I am less available for distraction. Even if it's like, Dr. Flo, I haven't heard from you in a long, long time. Let's connect. Well, maybe we can't connect right now. Maybe we'll connect in the future. Maybe we'll voice memo. Maybe there's just, I'm becoming less available for distraction. I am less available for distraction. Yeah, but that's a good distraction. Well, we're seeking balance this year. Depth replaced urgency. Depth replaced urgency. I protected my future. I protected my future. I honor disciplined focus. I honor disciplined focus. My path is refining. My path is refining. Some of you who've been on the lives in the last few weeks have heard me talk about my recalibration. Like, I'm a former long-term drug user and substance abuser. And I talked with someone in our programs today about the fact that these substances and sometimes the people around us will give us these dopamine hits. And so you become addicted to the dopamine and the novelty and the thrill of the substances and that chemical boost. And in the last 6 to 7 months, I've had to refine and recalibrate my relationship to everything and everybody. And most importantly, my relationship to myself. It's been wild. Like the chemically, the me that's sitting with you all on TikTok and YouTube and Twitch, my brain chemistry is different. The real ones know. And I've had to refine and recalibrate what it feels like to be inside my head and my body. When you release an addiction or you release a substance or you release a person or you release a city, there's a lot of people who are still addicted to many things, and we're all addicted to things. I mean, y'all watched me eat about 6 slices of cake tonight. So clearly sugar isn't the thing that I gave up. But when you release an addiction or when you decide to change, it changes everything. I baked 20 potatoes last night, and I'm only married to one man. So I get that. He's like, don't bake another potato, don't make another dinner food. We are just super abundant. So yeah, some of you have watched me over the last 6 to 7 months surrender major addiction. And that's what I was going to say. I wonder how many people are not surrendering their addictions because it's going to change how they have to relate to themselves. Only addicts have been able to relate to me deeply about this and honestly about this. I'm a whole different person now that the substances don't call to me in the middle of the night to get out of bed for another hit. One of my clients today was talking about how there's a whole maintenance ritual around substance abuse. Not only are you maintaining yourself, but you're also maintaining the drug. You're always preoccupied thinking about when you're going to get the next fix or the next hit, and that becomes a maintenance thing. Like, once again, my path now doesn't have that level of maintenance, and I was distracting myself with that maintenance and that habit from doing my work. Now I'm doing my work. Now I'm doing my calling. Now I'm on my assignment piece inside, and there's no dopamine rush. So then you start asking yourself, like, do I really enjoy what I'm doing? And the answer is yes, but it just feels so different. Especially when you're a person like me who disrupted their mental chemistry in various ways for 20 years, off and on. And then the last 5 years was heavy abuse. Bang, 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 bang on my mental. And now I'm in 7 months of surrendering those particular things. And it's different. My path is refining. My path is recalibrating. My path is refining. My path is recalibrating. I trust continued alignment. I trust continued alignment. My mind unwinds easily. My mind unwinds easily. I release decision fatigue. I release decision fatigue. Tomorrow will be even clearer. Tomorrow will be even clearer. I sleep with a settled mind. I sleep with a settled mind. Any closing thoughts that I can utter out loud with those of you who've gathered live tonight? I told the ladies over at the office today that while I feel that so many forces are trying to imprison us, I'm grateful to be having had constructed a dance floor in the middle of the prison. Namaste, Angie. The God light within me reflects the God light in you, and the God light within you reflects the God light within me. I bow to your holiness, and I bow to your wholeness. That's what Namaste means. I bow to the divinity within you. I bow to the light within you as you bow to the light within me. An honoring of our most royal priesthood as human beings, not human doings. right, folks, I give thanks that we get to gather here as often as we'd like. Like I said, I know that life can press in on us, and I know that we can sometimes feel imprisoned by our circumstances and by life and its causes and conditions. It is my prayer that we will find a way to rejoice, to find more ways to love and to laugh and to be peaceful, even in this prison. and trust me, y'all, I'm going to laugh and love and be peaceful in this prison. Have you ever seen the videos of the inmates overseas that do dance parties and do all the choreographed dances in the middle of the prison yard? Those motherfuckers are in jail for all kinds of crimes, and they're still dancing. Why aren't you dancing? Why aren't you rejoicing? Why aren't you trying to figure out how to make the best of your life? Yes, the earth is ghetto. Yes, the pedos are running the planet. You still deserve to have a happy life here. Loved and lovable. If you are interested in tapping into a community of hope and love, we've got a lot of options. You all know that I'm live on Twitch and TikTok daily. We have a Discord server that announces all of our programs in various areas. We've got a lot of programs and outreach that's happening, and ways in which we can stay close together and march towards the mountaintop of love together. You can DM me or message requests if we're not already connected to bridge that. And if you're already in the inner courts, just continue to do your best with all the adulting and responsibilities we have to stay as close to the flow of love as you'd like. I discovered today that windshield wipers cost $54. Windshield wipers cost $54, and it didn't even rain today, Angie. It didn't even rain today. 54 schmackaroonies, and it didn't even rain. So if you're out there having to fork over money for your life's responsibilities, and you're out there having to be of service and use your time, talent, and treasure for the greatest good, just know that we stand with you. On behalf of Tara Paolo Studio and our leadership team, Poppy Water 33, who just got home, Tony, who was watching over on YouTube, and Angela, who was watching over on TikTok, and all of us in the network at large, including our newest participants in the Adopt a Black Artist program. We invite you, as always, to stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable, and we will see you very, very soon around our fantastic network. Have a great one, everybody.